We run a fleet of approximately 412 pieces of equipment, which includes such things as ADTs, front-end loaders and excavators. We run Dello across the board in all the engines.
We're here in Johannesburg, South Africa, inspecting a Mercedes-Benz OM 906 LA engine, operated in severe service by Fraser Alexander in a Bell 20-ton articulated dump truck hauling coal overburden. Diesel fuel sulfur content is up to 500 parts per million. The engine has operated over 21,000 hours on Dello XLD multigrade SAE 10W40 and Caltex extended life coolant.
Typically we run on a coal application. We move coal discard where we collect coal discard from under a bin or load it from a pile and then go and dump the discard on a stockpile. It puts a lot of stress specifically on a piece of equipment such as an ADT. The equipment's got a haul on a haul road up quite a steep incline, probably a 1 in 12 incline up to the top of the discard dump where it then has to go and dump that discard. This really results in quite high strains on the engine, especially when it's under full load, very high exhaust gas temperatures, and the long haul has a harsh effect on the engine.
With Dello XLD multigrade, we see excellent deposit control in the pistons. Free movement of the rings for good sealing. Clean underside for good heat transfer. And the crown land, the second land, and the third land are clean, as are the ring grooves. This is important to the proper sealing and the efficiency of the engine. Here we have the main bearings, the unloaded side and the loaded side. They look great with no copper visible, only minor removal of the overlay. And the connecting rod bearings, no copper is apparent on the unloaded side or the loaded side, other than a minor scratch where some piece of debris went through. These look great. We've assembled some of the critical components of the valve train. The camshaft with its lobes, intake lobe, fuel control, exhaust lobe, the slider foulers, the push rods, and the rocker arms on their rocker shaft. Here is the cross bridge for the intake valves. I've inspected all the contact surfaces of the valve train components and wear is under control. The engine block has 6 cylinders. I've inspected them all. The cross hatching is still evident. I also see the position of the top ring travel. Rubbing my finger across it indicates no wear step, indicative of the excellent wear protection of Dello XLD multigrade.
We found the Caltex extended life coolant to work very well under the typical African conditions we operate our machines in, very dry, dusty, hot conditions. We haven't found any signs of pitting of cylinder liners or buildup of scale or anything like that on the water pump or any of the other cooling components using the Caltex extended life coolant.
We're looking at the major coolant components of the Mercedes-Benz OM 906 LA engine. The impeller shows no sign of cavitation. The pump housing similarly shows no sign of cavitation. The thermostats look clean with no deposits apparent, and despite the harsh environment in which it's operated, as evidenced by the exterior of the radiator, the inside has been protected by Caltex extended life coolant.
We use in the region of 300,000 litres of Dello XLD every year on our fleet. If you look at the price of an average piece of equipment, such as this ADT behind me, it's in the region of about 3 million rand. Using the Dello XLD, we're very confident that our equipment will operate with the least amount of failures possible.
Having inspected the engine parts, the OM 906 LA diesel engine, we are confident to say it's the combination of the engine design and manufacturer, the maintenance practices of Fraser Alexander, and the performance of Dello XLD multigrade 10W40 and Caltex extended life coolant that have enabled the customer to achieve maximum engine durability.
We operate in a developing country with many challenges to the successful operation of a fleet of equipment, and I'm very pleased to say that Dello is not one of the things I have to worry about. I'm confident that Dello helps our fleet of equipment go further.